Hello everyone, good afternoon. I'm Rachel. I am from IPASS Processing and with me today is Ma'am Jerrilyn. How do I read your last name, Ma'am? Manawi?
Yes, ma'am. That's Manaois. Apo.
Manawis. Okay.
Apo.
So she will be telling us the story on her NCLEX and how she successfully passed her NCLEX and what are the struggles that she encountered along the way. So Ma'am Je, can you introduce yourself so that our audience will know you as well?
Sure po. So, I'm Je. You can call me Je, but Jerrilyn Manaois. I graduated 10 years ago and I work as an orthopedic nurse in a private company. So, basically, when it comes to exam, I have limited knowledge. So, for the struggles, I have a lot of setbacks. But let me share my top 3 problems when I'm reviewing before. So, number 1 would be reading.
Mhm.
Well, to be honest, Ma'am Rach, I'm not fond of reading thick books. So I only read when I have to. So maybe because I'm a combination of visual and auditory learner. So
Mhm.
I could grasp the knowledge better when I hear it or when I watch it. So the best alternative approaches I use were number 1, Mark Clemic audios. I've listened to him 6 to 7 times na due to rescheduling. And actually, ma'am, napapanaginipan ko na si Mr. Mark. And number 2,
Sa panaginip mo?
yes, ma'am, nagre-review din ako sa panaginip. Opo. And number 2, YouTube, since I could grasp through watching as well. Registered nursern.com that explained the disease process, causes, signs and symptoms. And number 3, attending online class. I was just very fortunate that I was able to attend Mr. J's SATA
Mhm.
online. Ang dami ko pa talagang natutunan sa kanya. So, when it comes to the rationale, I would explain it na maiintindihan mo talaga siya. So, when I saw your program, ma'am, sabi ko, sana noon pa nag-program na kayo ng online classes. And then, my number 2 struggle or my problem would be the rescheduling.
Mhm.
It was really a struggle for me because my UWorld subscription expired last February. So, from March to July, I needed to use the materials that I have because the original test date should be March 31. Yes, ma'am. So, however, due to the ECQ, it was
Mhm.
canceled and it was moved to June 9. And due to the protocols of our place, it was moved to June 30. Sabi ko po, 30 na lang para baka mas maluwang yung ano po nila dun sa mga borders. So, 2 days prior my exam, I was able to travel to Manila. But ito na nga po ang story, what happened. Nung on the spot, they canceled the exam. As I was entering po the building, approximately 10 to 15 people were waiting in the lobby. So, pagkapasok ko, ma'am, cancel po yung exam. Parang, sobrang, parang nagulat, na-shock. Of course, at first, I got frustrated kasi syempre po, sayang po yung time, yung effort,
Galing ka
and
pang Baguio. To
yes,
think
ma'am.
from Baguio.
Talvi, guys. But, syempre po, we need to take this kind of things in a positive way. Maybe it's God's protection. Na siguro sabi ni Lord, oh, kailangan mo pa kasi mag-review or kailangan mo pa magbasa. So, syempre, hindi po natin control kung yung mangyayari. So, umuwi po ulit. And then, fortunately, I was able to take my exam last July 24.
So, ang first na rescheduling mo was when?
The first one would last March 31, ma'am.
March 31. And then, na-reschedule ka
Na
ng
ng June 9,
9. And then,
June
ano,
30,
June 30.
and then July 24.
July 24.
Yes,
Grabe,
ma'am.
like, if ako yung mag-e-exam ng NCLEX and na-reschedule, I would really feel na parang, kailan ba ako ipag-e-exam nito? Like, what is the right time for me? And
Yes, ma'am.
travel ito, lalo na sa mga examinees, ma'am, na kagaya mo, na magta-travel pa going to Manila from Baguio, or those na mga examinee galing pa ng Cebu or galing pa ng Davao or kung saan sa Pilipinas. So, struggle talaga siya. How did you take it positively, Ma'am Je?
Yes, yun nga po, ma'am. So, sabi ko, maybe it's a message for me that I need to review more. Maybe
Mm,
may mga hindi pa po ako nabasa. Yun po.
mm,
So, what I did from June 30 to July 24, I reread. Tapos, may
mm,
mga hindi pa nga po ako nababasa. Yung parang, hala, nakalimutan ko na to. And
mm,
then, siguro nga, message nga po yun ni Lord sa akin na, oh, kailangan mo pang basahin to para makapasa ka. Ayun po. So, I just take those kind of things in a positive way po talaga. And actually po, may kasama po ako doon na
Mm.
from Cebu na
Mm.
na-cancel din. So, yun, mahirap po makipagkwentuhan nung time na yun. So, I just heard na from Cebu siya and then nagsialisan na rin po kami lahat because need po nilang i-sanitize yung building.
Because right then and there, pa sila nagsabi. That was,
Yes.
Ma'am July 1, I think.
June 30, ma'am.
So, June 30. So, it's really very important para sa examinee na malaman niya kung saan ba siya best maka-learn. Kasi iba-ibang
Yes, ma'am.
examinee, iba-ibang types of learning strategies
Yes,
na mag-work sa kanya. So, buti at
exactly.
na-discover mo kung saan ka ba talaga best na magla-learn
Yes, ma'am.
out for you.
Tama, ma'am. Actually, I really tried so hard to read po yung Sanders, pero hanggang 200. Tapos, hindi ko po siya maalala. So, sabi ko, maybe it's not for me yung reading. So, I tried a different approach. So, yun po, listening to audios po talaga ako.
So, continue tayo, Ma'am Je. You mentioned that you had 3 struggles, right? You had 3
Yes, ma'am.
struggles. So, ano yung pangatlong struggle mo?
Okay, so my greatest enemy during my review is me, actually, ma'am, because there are times that I cannot maintain the momentum of my review. Because there are times that I would tell myself, oh, I need a break. Oh, I need to rest my brain cells. And then, mamaya, yung break mo nagiging one episode of this kind of movie or drama or what, or isang online game na wala na. So, I told myself, no, I cannot continue this kasi pagsisisihan ko siya on my exam. So what I did, one strategy that was effective for me is to read testimonials from people who took the exam, people who failed the exam, especially. Kasi po pag binabasa ko po yung experiences nila, parang nararamdaman ko na it's so hurtful, na parang ayokong mangyari sa akin. So yun po, the urge to review is there again when I'm reading those kind of testimonials po. Tapos makikita nyo po, i-share nila yung sobrang sakit na lahat na po ng ginawa nila. So, sabi ko, it will motivate you to review more and yung urge ng review tumataas. Kaya, yun po yung strategy na effective po for me kapag sinasaniban po tayo ng katamaran.
Ang broaden kasi ng topics natin sa nursing. So, sometimes,
Tama
parang
po.
because of too many topics, parang natatamara na din tayo. So, yung mga testimonies na nabasa mo, that was helpful for you.
Yes, ma'am. Yun po, it really worked for me po talaga. Kasi po, ang hirap po eh. Dapat sarili mo po kasi yung kalaban mo eh. Disiplina po talaga.
Right. In terms of preparation, like how many months ka nag-start na preparation, Ma'am Je? Did you start when we started processing for the NCLEX or nung na-approve ka na? Or paano ka nag-study? Paano ka nag-prepare for your NCLEX?
Okay po, ma'am. Well, at first po, I used the roadmap, yung from IPASS. Yes, ma'am. So,
Roadmap
nag-scan
of
po ako doon. Yes, ma'am. Roadmap for NCLEX. So, I scan. Tapos, parang almost 70% po, hindi ko po magets. Parang doon ko po na-assess yung sarili ko na hindi ko alam tong mga to. Well, meron po akong konting knowledge but hindi ko po siya, pag may tinanong sa akin regarding doon sa topic, hindi ko siya ma-answeran. So, I started. Doon ko po siya, niscan ko po lahat. Then, sinulat ko po yung mga areas kung saan po ako mahina. And then, doon po ako nagsimula.
Anong ginamit mo, ma'am? Yung roadmap to NCLEX ni IPASS na edition 1 or edition 2? Kasi may 2 editions kami eh.
One, ma'am.
Yung 1.
Yes
So,
po.
after the roadmap, do you know that si Sir J then ang nag-compose?
Talaga?
Yeah.
Ang galing naman ni sir.
So the latest one was mas marami pang information. And then, Ma'am Je, after the roadmap, ano yung ginamit mo again?
UWorld na po. Nag-ask na po ako sa inyo ng UWorld because may discount po. Kaya kumuha na po ako ng UWorld. So, I got the 3-month subscription. After the UWorld, meron po akong yung UWorld, yung reviewer. Meron po sa inyo po yun. And then, si Mark Lemmy, print out ko po yung tinuturo niya. And then, 35 pages as well. Pero na-scan ko lang po siya, hindi po masyado. So, usually, yun lang po. And then, more on ano po kasi ako, ma'am, sa audios, and then sa YouTube. Yun po yung medyo naka-focus po ako.
So, if you are going to give an advice to the future test takers, ano yung mga tips mo para sa kanila, Ma'am Gia? How should they prepare for their NCLEX examination?
So, I have two, ma'am. So, one would be focus on your weaknesses because you'll never know what question will come out. So, as for me, as for my experience, lahat po ng areas tumabas. OB, onco, pedia, maternal, lahat po talaga. Pharma especially po kasi may mga hindi ka po naririnig na meds na kailangan mo talagang aralin po. So, focus on your weakness. And number two, stick to the materials that you already have. The tendency of having a lot of materials or resources would be confusion. So, there are instances that you will find opposing ideas. So, what I did is to ask, nagtatanong po ako sa reliable na tao na alam ko pong mahilig magbasa. And then, I was just very lucky that Kuya is actually answering my inquiries about opposing ideas. And then, sobrang patient rin po siya kasi mag-reply. So, for people who have encountered opposing ideas, don't be shy to ask questions po. Kasi syempre, tayo-tayo din po yung nagtutulungan.
I would agree with you na dapat alam mo kung saan ka weak. Like, on your examination, hindi mo talaga alam kung ano yung lalabas.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
in your exam, how many items did you encounter?
Nag-stop po ako sa 71 po ata, ma'am. 70 or 71, yun po.
Kasi you had the modified examination, right?
Yes, ma'am. Minimum is 60 po ata.
So, doon sa assessment mo sa UWorld, kasi may assessment sila, di ba? What's your assessment? Is it on a high percentage of passing?
No, ma'am. Actually, I was very frustrated with the UWorld assessment because andun po ako sa below borderline po ata nung first assessment. So, sabi naman sa akin, ma'am, don't focus on the assessment. Focus on the rationale. So, yung sa second assessment ko, medyo okay na po siya. Pero yung first po kasi sobrang nakaka-frustrate po. But for the nagre-review po ngayon, rationale po talaga ang i-focus nyo.
Kasi doon sa naman sa first assessment, that's your first encounter kasi doon sa mga questions nila. So, it's really expected na parang medyo
Wala
mababa
pa.
mo.
Yes, ma'am.
Parang
Walang kaalam-alam.
very novice ka pa.
Yes, ma'am.
Hindi ka din nasa clinical area, di ba, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. So, basic lang po talaga alam ko.
Oo. And then as you go along, nag-improve na siya. Pero, tama
Yes,
ka, I
ma'am.
would also agree with you na huwag silang mag-focus doon sa percentage kasi ang dapat nilang i-focus is ang rationalization talaga.
Yes, ma'am.
So, ano yung pinaka-secret mo, Ma'am Je?
For me, ma'am, so I also have two. One would be strong foundation. But before that, you really need to assess yourself of what type of learner are you so that you can decipher all the knowledge. And kasi ito po yung I think bala po natin sa NCLEX eh. Kahit sobrang i-confuse ka po ng NCLEX, if you have a strong foundation, ma-answeran niyo po siya. And number two, do not panic. So you need to take time to read the question and reread the choices. Because meron po kasi akong experience, one number, I spent 6 minutes po dun sa number na yun. Because I did not read the question. So, letter A, B, and D, magkaka-same. Tapos, letter C, tapos ang alam ko kung anong i-choose. Hindi ko po masyadong na-read yung not. So, yes, ma'am. So, you really need to reread the questions po. Kasi talagang i-confuse po talaga kayo.
So, when it comes to the foundation, maganda yung foundation mo. Kasi you started, although hindi ka talaga nag-enroll sa review center, but you were able to use the free mga review ni Sir J, right?
Yes po.
And then you also use the roadmap, which is also a good thing. And then
Yes, ma'am.
you had the good foundation on your preparation. You had RN Sarah for the foundation also. She's really widely recommended by many students who are preparing for the examination. Doon sa
Yes,
second
ma'am.
information mo, Ma'am Je, about don't panic, tama
Yes
yun.
po.
How was your experience? Matanong ko, how was your experience during the
Ay.
like the actual experience na naandun ka sa Pearson View?
Sobrang kaba, ma'am. Kasi po, especially, syempre, may dagdag protocols po sila, health protocols. So, it will actually prolong the agony. But nung number one, grabe, ang hirap. Pero when you inhale, exhale, mag-relax ka ng konti, it's actually doable po talaga ang NCLEX. Basta po, reread, tapos i-understand po talaga yung mga choices. Ayun po.
So ano yung strategy mo when you were taking the examination? Like for example, this can also be applicable to others also na exam pa lang. Like how are you doing it? Like when you encounter a certain question, how are you answering the question, Ma'am Je?
For that, ma'am, elimination process po, ma'am. So parang, ito kasi hindi to pwede, so eliminate. So I'm actually choosing between two letters na lang po. So yun po yung effective for me.
But that would really come after that you already had the good foundation, right?
Good foundation, yes, ma'am.
Kung hindi mo din naman alam talaga, you don't have any clue kung ano ang eliminate doon. So that's why,
Exactly, tama, ma'am.
that's why
Opo,
it's really important na may good foundation ka para ma-apply mo yung
opo.
process of elimination. Another strategy that you have also pointed out, Ma'am Je, is dapat basahin nila, i-read nila yung question.
Yes,
Kasi
ma'am.
there might be something in the question that makes the question wrong or even the options that makes the option incorrect. So,
Exactly po.
kasi dahil super anxious na ang examinee, like nagpapanik siya dahil parang supposed to be makakapag-concentrate siya. But because of anxiety, parang ma-overlook niya yung mga certain words doon na dapat pala nakita niya yon.
Yes, ma'am. Tama po kasi muntik na po talaga ako sa isang number kasi buti na po nare-read ko po siya ulit.
So, Ma'am Je, how about your experience in IPASS processing? How was it? Like, kailan mo tayo
Oh,
start ng process?
well, ma'am, actually started November po yan last year. Actually, IPASS is actually a blessing for me because meron po ako mga previous experiences.
Mm-mm.
But IPASS processing will actually let you focus on your view. Not only that, they also have a psychometrician. So they will assess your mental status prior your exam. So it will actually decrease your anxiety. It will help you a lot. And number three, for rescheduling, because of the pandemic, we really don't know what will happen rather. So sila na po, IPASS na po ang bahalang tumawag sa customer service ng napakatagal and you will just wait for the update. So all you need to do is just review and focus on your materials. And with regards to rescheduling, processing and papers, si IPASS na po ang bahala dyan. And they are actually very responsive.
I'm very happy na okay yung lahat ng pag-process natin, Ma'am Je. And finally,
Yes po.
you were able to achieve what your initial goal was. And that was
Yes, ma'am.
USRN. So, moving forward, ano na yung plans mo, Ma'am Je?
As for ma'am, ngayon, wala pa po kasi ang dami pong ban, tapos pandemic. So, I will just focus on my experiences po muna kasi nakaka-affect po for application. So, dun po ako sa next step. And before, ma'am, I really want to thank IPASS kasi I would not achieve this goal kung hindi niyo po ako tinulungan. Kasi, to be honest, ma'am, I'm not really into the processing part. Parang kinakabahan po ako, baka mali yung ma-send ko. So, IPASS really helped me a lot. Hindi na po ako nag-worry. They will just update you of what's happening on your papers. And then, all I need to do is to review and
To focus
focus.
on your review.
Yes, opo,
Really,
ma'am.
really very blessed. And kapag nalaman namin na may pumasa, like, the feeling is very priceless for us. Kasi yun
Yes,
naman talaga
ma'am.
yung goal natin eh. And we are
Opo.
also medical professionals. We are also nurses. So,
Yes, ma'am.
kapag may bumabagsak, we really feel like we are also frustrated. Like, nasasadden kami. And kapag may pumapasa, we celebrate the victory of someone who passed the examination. So,
Yes,
sobrang
ma'am.
thank you din, Ma'am Je, for trusting us. By the way,
Yes, ma'am.
paano mo kami nakita? Or somebody
Hi! Actually, ma'am, may story po yan. May story po kung
story natin?
paano ko yes, ma'am. Actually, ano po kasi, so, mentioned earlier that we processed already, our papers were already lodged to a different country. However, because of the pointing system, it's not as high as others. So, we're just waiting. So, my uncle told me, why not try NCLEX? So, at first, sabi ko, ayoko na po kasi kami naman po yung ang hirap po mag-process ng papers. Actually, the papers were completed. It took me parang months po para ma-revise lahat po ng papers doon po sa pinag-applyan namin before. And then, he shared the page link of Lefora. And then, yun po, nababasa ko po yung IPASS. So, what I did, I traveled to IPASS, Manila, just to inquire. To inquire, ma'am. Yun po. So, sabi ko, wow, bakit sila yung gagawa lahat? Bakit nung previous ako? So, yun po. So, I went to Manila actually twice to inquire, tas kung ano po yung kailangan. Tas actually, ma'am, ang dami naming tanong doon. Ewan ko kung naalala kami nung mga
Have we met in person or wala?
parang kayo yung isang nag-explain sa akin, ma'am, ng process. Parang doon kayo sa side. Parang tinawag po kasi kayo, ma'am, paano ito? Kasi you were asking me about if I took IELTS. Sabi ko, ma'am, GT po. Kasi yung tinake ko dati. Tapos, ay ma'am, kasi po for EB3. Tapos, in-explain nyo po na we need ACAD. Yun. Parang kayo po yun. Kayo po yung nag-explain.
Tapos, ma'am, saan pala kayo supposed to be pupunta?
Canada po.
I see.
Yes,
So,
ma'am.
as of this time, tinutuloy nyo pa rin yung Canada? Like, you are going to Canada or magwi-wait na lang for US talaga? Or have you your plan na talaga completely?
US na talaga, ma'am. Kasi naka-lodge na po siya and nag-expire po siya last month yung application. Hindi na po namin siya ni-renew. Opo.
I see. So, good luck sa future plans. So, moving
Thank
forward,
you, ma'am.
you have to look for a hospital para makapag-clinical experience ka kasi yun usually ang kailangan ng mga recruitment agencies.